Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cobb Board of Elections and Registration Election Night meeting. It is May 19th. We're starting a little bit late. It's at 7:05 p.m. And this meeting is officially called to order. All those willing and able, please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we have our agenda for this evening, our election night. Does anybody have any additions or changes to the agenda? And if not, I will take a motion to approve.
I'm so moved. I'm motion to definitely approve.
Great. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been approved and properly seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh.
Aye.
The motion passes 5-0. Our agenda is approved, and I will pass things over to our director to present her update.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board. Thank you for being here. It's been a long day, but we are ready to give the report. So for our AIP numbers, we have a total of 76,649. For absentee by mail, 2,572, with 3,078 of those being issued. Election day so far, 6:55 p.m., we have a total of 74,528, and that is plus supplementals. So, of course, we're still waiting on those numbers to come in. As you all know, we've extended voting hours with one of our polling places being 8 o'clock p.m. So we'll be waiting on those additional numbers to come in.
What's the percentage?
27.1.
Overall or just
today? Yes, just for today.
And what was it for AIP?
It's a little over 60%, I believe.
60?
60% out of that 27%.
Yes.
Like 60% out of the.
You're talking about AIP constitutes 60% of the total.
Yes.
Okay.
Total turnout is the 27.
27. Yes,
Okay. That's where we're at right now.
that's where we are right now. So those numbers will change a little bit.
All right. We have 11 polls that are extended. And so we don't have too much to talk about because of that in terms of what we need to do here tonight. Do we have any additional questions for Lee with what we have right now?
I think it would be beneficial
Okay.
for not just those viewing, if there are any, but also for historic purposes to list those 11.
Okay, great. I have it. You want to do it?
Well, you can do it if you have it pulled up. Yeah, I have to open the file here and get the order, but I can do that.
I've got the order up if you want.
Yeah, if you want to just go ahead.
All right. We will go through the 11 polling places. We have Eastside 02 at Sewell Mill Library, open till 7:09 p.m. Elizabeth 03 at the Piedmont Road Church of Christ, open till 8 p.m. Elizabeth 04 at Grace Life Church, open till 7:30 p.m. Fair Oaks 04 at the Milford Recreation Center, open till 7:21 p.m. Lassiter 01 at Pilgrimage United Church of Christ, open till 7:30 p.m. Mapleton 1B at the Riverside Epicenter, open till 7:13 p.m. Mapleton 4C at the Thompson Community Center, open till 7:28 p.m. Marietta 3B at the Missionary Church Assembly of God, open till 7:30 p.m. Oregon 04 at Trinity Fellowship, open till 7:06 p.m. Pine Mountain 01 at Pine Mountain Middle School, open till 7:25 p.m. And Powers Ferry 09 at the Sewell Mill Library, open till 7:09 p.m. So our latest opening there is at 8 p.m. at Elizabeth 03. And we are following all the procedures as advised by council for these 11. And the order was signed, it looks like, at 5:20 PM tonight, so. I don't know if there's any more details on that. Those are our 11 precincts that'll be open later, and at this point, I think the only other thing to address, do you want to just give a quick address on the poll pads? Just,
Do you want her to, or you want me to?
I feel like we should do a quick, just 2-minute.
Very, yeah.
Yes,
very
just a
brief.
brief, like where we're at, so everybody's on the same page.
So you want me to address it, or you want me to address it?
Daniel,
I'll do it.
Let's,
Sounds good.
let's.
you got it, Daniel.
That's right, I got it. So we do want to address that there was an issue this morning with poll pads. As far as we can tell, there were 38 precinct locations that were affected. But the basic issue was at opening, there were a number of poll pads at these locations, and it wasn't uniform how many it was, but there's a number where a voter would present their ID and it would pull up the voter information, but it would say no ballot available. And so that was happening at those locations. Most places had it, as far as we know, had at least one poll pad that was working. So the check-in was sort of shifted to those lines, and anywhere that didn't have working, my understanding is they shifted the paper check-in, and we started immediately diagnosing what was going on and being determining. We contacted both NOEAC and the state and started redeploying poll pads to the places that were affected. But in connection with that, we were monitoring. That's the cause for the 11 locations that were extended. Those 11 were the ones where there was a specific period of time where voters weren't able to cast ballots. And so as early as like 7:09 or as late as 8 AM, those were the ranges that some of them took to get up and going. Most of them were well under 3 minutes and had switched to whatever process they were using. And so we're still gathering information on the cause of the error. We're not ready to say, I think we will say, like, there are steps that we're going to deploy in the future just to verify, multiple times on the way, because we want to be as transparent as possible with this, but we're not at a stage where we can say this is a Cobb County problem, this is a NOEAC problem. So it's not helpful at this point until we gather all the information to say what the cause of the problem is and what the checks were that may or may not have been missed. But we're going to have a full report on it. We're going to report it to publicly here, and we'll report it to the SEB. And so there'll be full transparency on it. And we just want to make sure, then, as we acknowledge the issue, and we want to say our goal is to have the polls up and running 7 AM, have people be able to vote the whole time. But our understanding is that for most of the poll managers we're hearing from, people weren't leaving the line. I mean, if they may have been like any other time. If you get there and there's a longer line than you expected, some people may leave, but people were able to vote. It just may have been a longer line than they wanted. So we want those lines to be shorter, and I know that that's a goal of this board and of the elections department, is to make sure people are able to get checked in and get voting. So we're gathering all the information on that to make sure we know what the source was and what quality checks we can do, could have done and can do going forward. But also we want to make sure we have all the facts before we start jumping to conclusions about things. And when we have the information, we'll release it and make sure everybody has a chance to ask questions, both on the board and then the public. And, obviously come to the meeting and hear the report. And if they have questions, there's a comment period for that. But we'll, again, just appreciate everybody's patience while we got that issue dealt with. And I want to say thank you. I was monitoring this all day, and I can say it was all hands on deck, and they were working with the state and with the vendor to make sure we were getting the poll pads redeployed as quickly as possible, and making sure they were LNA tested and chain of custody and all of the procedures were being followed. Because even when things go wrong, you still got to make sure you're following the rules. So that was our priority, and that's how we handled it. And we'll release the information as it's gathered over the next few days or weeks, but hopefully sooner rather than later.
2 questions. A, do we have an average wait time for those problem children that
It's varying right now.
it's
It's
varying,
varying.
but we
Yes.
do track that by
We
location.
do. We are tracking. by
So we can
location.
have that by Friday's
Yes. I can get that to
pre-certification
you.
meeting?
Yes.
Okay. The other question I have for you, since we allow people to drop off absentee ballots, have we cut them off past 7? Were they gonna be allowed to drop off at 7:15, 7:30?
No,
But they
that,
have to be in
I-
office by 7.
actually, he vouched for 10 hours by 7. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 7.
But if they drop it at the precinct,
There is no dropping
There's no
absentee
dropping.
ballots. in
not
precinct.
supposed to,
Uh-uh.
there's not supposed to be,
No, they don't,
keyword,
right.
okay.
Great. Any other questions? Thank you, Daniel.
Mhm.
All right. Do I have a motion to recess until the election results are complete this evening?
I move that we recess until we convene after the election.
Is there a second?
Second.
Great. It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor of motioning until the election results are complete?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. We are in recess at 7:15 PM. Thank you all. Oh, aye.